you guys for coming. We're got a lot of exciting things happening. Obviously coming to the Lindsay's for our first time on our final leg of the 2011 Invasion Tour. CWI has been running all the way across Canada. We went as far as St. John's, Newfoundland, worked our way back. We've been running Ontario. We're the only other company that has Hulk Hogan besides TNA, the only independent company ever to have Hulk Hogan on its roster.
Right.
And we're pretty proud and excited that we've been able to produce him on 3 occasions now over the last few months. And we've got a great relationship with him moving forward. Now we're very excited to come to Lindsay. I think it's going to be a great place for us to make a regular stop at once a year. We're excited about working with Trish and Quish. We started looking into charity. We are very charity driven. That's one of the reasons why we are where we are today. And we're really excited to be able to help them out through 50/50 raffles. We do memorabilia raffles. And I mean good memorabilia raffles. It isn't just like we're going to throw a bunch of crap there in front of you. Like we're going to take Brutus Beefcake shears from in-ring that he uses. He's going to sign them and they're going to go into that raffle. They're priceless memorabilia that you really could get nowhere else. It may never have that opportunity to get that kind of memorabilia. Also in regards to a special announcement, we just made a big signing for a new superstar that's going to be part of the Lindsay show, and he's going to issue the Master Lock Challenge to absolutely anybody that would like to step up to the plate. And he's a former WWE superstar, the Masterpiece, Chris Masters. He's going to be joining CWI's Fall Invasion, and he'll be joining us right here in Lindsay. It'll be his first stop on the tour. As you see by the poster, we're loaded with tons of talent, everywhere from our Badass Billy Gunn, Tatanka, Brutus Beefcake, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Raven, 36-time champion, which I was just found out recently. He's the most decorated champion ever of all time. He'll be joining us here. Bushwhacker Luke, I think everybody kind of remembers him. Those guys were a pretty exciting tag team back in the day. Robin McAllister of the Highlanders, or formerly of the Highlanders, now Robert the Guillotine Graham. He's the leader of Mutiny, CWI faction that just taken the country by storm. We're very excited to be able to come here. We're very excited to participate with the local charity. We're looking forward to working with Trish and Quish. We really believe strongly behind this particular charity, and we look forward to having a great crowd and just a great event. And I'd like to pass things over to the CWI ambassador, and that is the Native American Tatanka.
Thank you, Mr. Nick Lyman. Again, it's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to thank Sports Check for hosting this, all the media, of course, for being here, and everyone else in attendance. Guys, this is an exciting event. I mean, if you know the history about CWI, this all started in Fall Brawl in Caledonia, and again, we had thousands of people at that event. But from there, the president, Nick Wyman, had a vision of invading all of Canada. And there was no better way of invading Canada than bringing the biggest name in this industry, which is Hulk Hogan. And we went to the Brantford Civic Center, and history was made there. It was a building we hadn't been to for 20 years, and we went into that building and sold it out. And again, what this tour is labeled is the Fall Invasion Tour. That's exactly what CWI has been doing. They've been invading the whole country of Canada. Of course, as we know, WWE used to come to all these areas, but they don't come here anymore. They're not feeding a great history of wrestling fans, the tradition that is here in Canada. So that's what CWI is all about. They're all about, number one, reaching out to the fans. Number two, being very interactive. And as you can see by the card, it's loaded with superstars. And the greatest thing, the vision with CWI here is we're bringing back the era that is missing with professional wrestling. We're bringing back the era that built professional wrestling, that had its highest corporate earnings, had the highest viewership of all of the years of professional wrestling. We're talking about stars from the 90s. Again, the president already mentioned the card, so I'm not going to go over that. But guys, this is going to be the big event here in Lindsay. Everywhere we've been going to, the events, before we get there, the fans are excited. Everyone has already bought tickets. Many of the events that we are going to are already sold out in advance. So I would definitely we want to get the word out to all the fans here in Lindsay. Get your tickets early. Again, the big guest star, which was just announced, Chris Masters. Again, he's a superstar that's been on TV for years. So guys, this is a very exciting event. It's historic to be here. What CWI is doing, not only are they invading all of Canada, but CWI is also in big talks too with networks all throughout Canada. So this is going to be a brand. That's what we're doing here. We're branding CWI all throughout Canada by taking Hulk Hogan and mixing him with the CWI brand. That speaks for itself. And again, as the president mentioned, that's never been done in the history of professional wrestling. Hulk Hogan, this is the first time here with CWI outside of being on a network contract like WWE, where he is currently right now, TNA. So again, guys, this is going to be an awesome event. CWI is excited. I'm excited to be part of this. All the veterans, all the superstars of the wrestling world, the WWE legends, the WWE Hall of Famers. We love being involved with CWI because the president has a vision of bringing wrestling back to what we built in this great industry, bringing it back to where you had characters, bringing it back to family entertainment. That's another thing too. The fans get a great opportunity to be involved with all the superstars. We have autograph signings before the events. We have meet and greets before the events. After the events, we have after parties. You don't get an opportunity. I've been with WWE most of my career. You don't get an opportunity to do this at World Wrestling Entertainment. And excuse me, I can't mention that wrestling with WWE, so we'll just say WWE. It's not wrestling with them, but it's about wrestling right here. That's another thing you see here. Action-packed events. There's great talent that is coming here. Not only the talent with the known names, but there's great Canadian superstars that are here also. So you're going to see some serious wrestling in the ring. So we're proud to mention the World Wrestling because that's what's on the marquee. It's all about wrestling. But again, getting back to this, not only do we have all the meet and greets beforehand, but the after parties. So the fans get a great opportunity. Also, the wrestlers get an opportunity to mingle with all the corporate sponsors. There are many corporate sponsors that get involved with this. We've got major corporate sponsors all throughout Canada. So guys, this is the big thing, CWI. This is going to be an awesome event in Lindsay. So we're looking forward to performing in front of all the great fans that love this industry. We appreciate you, media, for getting the word out. Because again, this is the Fall of Asia tour and we're invading Lindsay. Thank you.
Hi there, I was formerly known as Robert McAllister. I am now Robert McAllister brand, as Nick Metro has mentioned. I am the leader of maintenance, but I am also on the business side of the company where I help with the towns and help promote and help organize everything. And everything was pretty much touched on what Tom had said. Because we pretty much covered everything. We mentioned that we're going to mix in some stars, some younger Canadian stars, and we do have a lot of up and coming younger Canadian stars to mix in with these stars to put on a great show. And these younger stars, they're not your local normal independent wrestling promotion where they're only 5'6" and 100 pounds and wearing running shoes in the ring. We're a professional business. And I can't express that enough. We are the big show, as Tom has said. And you can expect not what you see on television, but we're going to see 15, 20-minute matches, not just 2-3 minute, basically commercial matches for a pay-per-view. So we are the real deal, and we're going to mix some of these young stars, and you'll be really excited when you get to see this. That's about it.
I'd like to add a few extra things. I'd like to thank everybody for speaking on behalf of CWI. But on a side note, the Grand Hotel, I'd like to thank them. They are going to be hosting the official after party. We have confirmed that all of our superstars will be staying in town at the Lindsay Inn. And so we're going to be enjoying ourselves at the after party. It's absolutely free admission if you have a VIP ticket. If not, you'll be able to purchase tickets for $5 at the door. We do encourage anybody that thinks they would like to step up to the Master Lock Challenge. We're throwing an open invitation. He has told me to throw it out to the town of Lindsay. That anybody in this town will have an opportunity to step up to the Master Lock Challenge. And I'm challenging as the president of CWI somebody in Lindsay to step up and see what happens with the master lock. I do like to thank everybody that came out. I don't know if you would like to say anything or.
I'd like to thank the CWI for giving the Patricia's Wish Foundation the opportunity to become part of the organization.
You're very welcome. And we're happy to help out charity as much as we can. That's one thing that we're about. We have commendations from all branches of the government, including the House of Commons, for our charity work, and we raised about $30,000 over our last 9 events. So we're on the right track, and we're happy to help out, and we try to bring back to the community we visit. It isn't about taking the money back to where we come from. It's about putting it right back into the community that we're visiting, and we look forward to being here. November 18th is going to knock your socks off. Some old school wrestling's coming back, and CWI will be in the house, and thank you very much for your time, folks. Also, on a side note, I guess one more thing, there will be plenty of merchandise. Dr. Mask is here right now. We've got a bunch of wrestling figures, different forms of t-shirts, some priceless memorabilia, so there's going to be plenty of opportunity to purchase some one-of-a-kind figures, t-shirts, whatever the case may be. There'll be plenty of that opportunity too, so thank you once again.
So it sounds like there's going to be a lot more interaction. It's not this standoffish.
Not at all. We actually invite people in as much as we can. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. We want them to be part of the experience. It's about getting them involved and having them meet some of their lifelong heroes that they've grown up watching, or some of the young ones that have just been introduced to some of these superstars. And we're happy to bring that. And with some of our VIP packages and corporate packages, you have a chance to sit right next to Duncan like I'd be doing right now and have a conversation with him. And it's important that we can bring that to the fans. And any questions you'd like to ask, any one of us are more than welcome to, or more than willing to answer anything you have to ask.
You know, what's so special about that is WWE, WrestleMania, they have like a 3-day event. What's so great about here, CWI has like WrestleMania in every event. It's just not one event. This is not a premier event. We do this at every single event. So again, fans can get involved, corporate sponsors. Again, there's so much interaction before the event. I mean, people get opportunities to take pictures with some of the great superstars, great memorabilia, t-shirts, posters, so much. This is just not the normal event. This is the big show coming to Lindsay. That's the thing to get out there. This is the big show. This is the opportunity for all those people who have not been to a great live event to be able to come here and see a CWI event of this nature. Again, this is a big show.
Why do you think so many wrestling fans go back and
It's because, I mean, I've been there on contract with WWE during that era and the current Attitude Era. It's because every different superstar that walks through that curtain now, everyone's pretty much similar. Everyone's got tights, knee pads, and boots. Back in the day, everyone had a total different character. Everyone was totally unique, and that's what CWI is bringing. They're bringing all those characters. They're bringing all the different guys when they come through the curtain. They don't look like a cookie cutter. They don't look like the guy that came out before them. Everyone is totally different. Plus, we like to develop storylines here. Inside of CWI, there's a lot of things going on here. People that truly feel that they should be the champion. There's some serious storylines going on inside of the company. Myself, I'm undefeated in CWI. I still hold the record in professional wrestling for 2 years, having the longest winning streak ever. It went longer than Goldberg. It was 2 years. And during that time with WWE, I was wrestling over approximately 300 days a year. So that really resembles about 1,000 victories in 2 years. So I'm undefeated here in CWI. So there's some great storylines that are going on inside of the company too that makes it so exciting to be at this kind of event. But there's so many differences, the storylines, the characters, which they do not have, and that's the highest viewership during those years as compared to now. The viewership is not there.
You guys would remember the old rivalries too.
Oh, of
That
course.
used to happen a long time.
Oh, most definitely. The battle of good and evil, and that's it.
Right.
They still do have some types of rivalries, but they don't go as long as what they should. They're very throwing things away in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Exactly. They get a good idea running and then
long running
yeah.
thing.
Too many pay-per-views. There's 12 pay-per-views. There used to be 4 pay-per-views. So you used to be able to build up the feuds between the pay-per-views. Now you cannot do that because it's every single month. So meaning you have a feud that begins and it's over in less than a month. That's not a feud. In the days that we're speaking of, a feud actually lasted 1 year long. IRS tore up my sacred headdress, which I was serious. I chased him all over the country to whip his behind everywhere because it was a serious issue inside of the company. You know what I'm saying? He always ran. You know?
See, that's the entertainment.
Yeah, that's the entertainment aspect. You know? Yeah. And of course.
There was an emotional attachment, and that's not there anymore because you can't get emotionally attached to something in 30 days. It's really hard to. Like you need more time to get involved and become part of what's happening and feel for the combatant in one way or the other. Whether you hate him or love him, you still have that feeling. And right now, the feelings aren't there anymore.
And that's the success of a wrestling company. What makes a great company? You can have the greatest talent in the world. I'll give you a perfect example. You can take the talent from WWE right now and take them to TNA, and TNA wouldn't be able to do nothing with them, or Impact Wrestling. You can take the stars from Impact Wrestling and take them to WWE, and Vince will make the stars. But what I'm saying is right here, inside of CWI, that's the difference, because the thought process here with the executive team is this is what we're bringing. Cable entertainment, old school, storylines, different characters. What built wrestling, that's what CWI is. You got it. That's right. Yes.
He's not old.
Tried, tested, and true.
You guys feel the independent wrestling features are back out. So you think the business is better or worse?
I think it's much worse. There needs to be healthy competition. Like if you remember back in the 90s, the battle between WCW and WWE at the time, that was the highest ratings of all time for the most part. And that was because there was healthy rivalries, and it's not there anymore. Do I think wrestling's being reinvented again and coming back, and is there a bigger market now? Yes, and I hate to toot my own horn, but I believe it's the CWI staff and the wrestlers is bringing it back to Canada. We've been touring like all the way from Ontario to St. John's, Newfoundland, and we're bringing the word back that this is the way pro wrestling is meant to be, and we're trying to relive and recreate those old memories that we all loved, and it's one city at a time, and Lindsay's another one of those stops where we're trying to bring it back, and then hopefully we succeed in doing that for the fans, because the fans deserve it.
How did you come about to choose Lindsay?
There's a lot.
Places say that you could pick.
A lot of different places. We kind of take a look at them both from population, and a lot of different factors come into play. Corporate sponsors. We do have a lot of national sponsors, so sometimes they determine where we're going to go. And there's I can't really say there's one thing. There's a lot of things
It's
that really
a big
come into
deal though to come to. I mean, let's face it, we're kind of an out of the way place as far as work and stuff.
But we just feel we're very grassroots with the campaign, and we really believe these are the communities that enjoy what we have to bring to them. If we take this into downtown Toronto, they may not care as much. We want to take it to fans that really care about what we're doing and help us get over this hump, because right now we're at a hump where we're almost ready to have that TV deal, but in order to get it and maintain it, more people have to see what we have, and more of the real wrestling fans have to come out and support what we're doing and be like, turn the tube on when the time comes. And they will.
And we realize too, being in areas like this, if you really do care about the fans, this is where you actually bring events. Toronto, there's many independent events. WWE comes, why go there? Why not bring it and truly care about the fans? And again, that's what CWI is doing. We're coming to these areas, we're doing the grassroots campaign. We're going out and meeting everyone and saying hello, being in the town today, not just making a phone call from somewhere 2-3 hours away. We're actually here. So that's what we believe. That's a whole methodology behind the company.
It was a little bit of logistics came into play with Lindsay as well, because North Lakes itself is 75,000 people, and 25 minutes away you have another 130,000 people. just a good, it can be a big draw.
Oh, sure can.
Big draw.
But like you said, you're dealing with that age where kids are just fine.
Of course.
A lot of people don't want to drive to Toronto because they're going to have to spend $30 on parking.
We won't even go
They're
there.
going to go $50 in food, $100 tickets, and it can be crazy.
It's not for a lot of families, that's not for this is a whole different market.
Of course. Definitely.
And we try to stay affordable around that $20 mark, so everybody can kind of afford. We feel it's fair, and for the talent that we bring, and we want everybody to check it out. It's important that we're trying, like I said, to rejuvenate a market right now and bring back something that we all loved and we miss. Right.
And what he's talking about, letting you know how big of a difference it is. You asked a question earlier, what CWI is pushing to gain the market share in Canada, and will gain the market share, is back in the day, in just the 90s, when we had the ratings war between WCW and Vince McMahon's show at that time, they combined were doing a 12 to 13 on the Nielsen scale TV ratings. WCW was doing almost 9, WWE was doing like a 4. Today, WWE Total, which is the only leader, is doing a 3. And TNA is doing less than a 1. So it's about a 3.5 total market share, where back then, there was a 12 to 13 market share. That big difference, this is what they want. So we believe by bringing what the people truly want to see, we're going to start driving the market share up, and ultimately CWI will have the network deal right here going all throughout Canada.
But it's that whole engaging with the people.
Of course. They love it.
So you don't get that chance. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Unfortunately,
Thanks for
I gotta
coming.
run, but
You want to
Debbie-
get some pictures of
Yes,
everyone
what-
together?
What I'd like to do, if I could, would it be possible to have Debbie having a poster autograph?
Sure.
Because I can shoot a group shot, but I'd also like one of kind of an action type of shot with Debbie. If you get a
Oh, there you go.
if you
Prepared.
come around,
Ambassador.
yeah, if you come around this side, and we could have the guys sitting there and autographing a poster for you, seeing as you're representing the chosen charity. You guys can sit down, that's fine. We'll just have to.
You want a name on here or just sign? Because we're signing it
Will I get
for.
my flash on?
Yeah,
Yes,
so we're just
Debbie?
signing it, she can do
You
it.
can bend over a wee bit and then we'll have. Yeah, so you're checking out what he's writing to you.